Hey folks, Reloading Bench here, back again to complete what I started earlier with the lock rings, now that we have the correct size lock rings. And after I finished the previous video, I picked up the rings, and I noticed that these are aluminum rings, just like the Lee, knurled versus polished. But one of the differences I noticed that even on the Lee ring, I guess, maybe hard to see the lighting, the threading. I guess I'm a stickler for threading, but what I noticed, and it's just because I ran my fingers, really sharp on the aluminum, especially around the hole for the little Allen bit or Allen screw. So I took some 600 grit sandpaper, I think it was 400 and 600, and went on the inside of the rings, all three of them, to give them a little better feel and easier turn, no grit. So what I'm going to do, what exciting thing I'm going to do now is I've got the additional screws and these little, for lack of a better term, I'll call it a Delrin ball. I don't know what it's made of. I'm assuming something like Delrin, something hard. And I'm going to grab one of the balls, and I'm going to put it in that hole, but I'm going to do it not in front of the camera. Well, let's try this. Pop that right in. Seat that. And that locks relatively easy and opens relatively easy. So what I'm going to do is lock it open, or as high. And per my last video, I said I was a Lee fan. The red thing has to go with me a lot farther back than Lee and Reloading. I've had a fondness for the color red for my entire life, so obviously I'm a Hornady and a Lee fan, and the only thing I'm looking for here is the more finished surface, and it looks like this one is a little more and we've worked through the threads. Back to my hex screw and Delrin ball. Number 2's done. And on to the last one. And what I'll do is, I'm still trying to locate brass, once fired brass. Easier said than done, as I'm finding and learning. So I have loaded rounds, commercial rounds. I have no gun to shoot them with, so I have a couple of choices. I can take those apart, disassemble, or I can continue to find once fired. So I'm probably going to continue on my search for once fired. Big hands, big fingers, trying to get that little screw on there. But what I'll probably continue doing tonight on the next video is pull out some of the commercial 416 and do some die seating prep. So I can use my knowledge from previous Lee dies, as well as the instructions that came with the 416, and see what it says, if it says anything in terms of the common technique of pull the ram down, let the shell holder touch the base of the die, and then depending on which die it is in terms of seating or crimp or decapping, either a portion of a turn forward or reverse. So I'll do that on the next video. So we'll get to start working with some of the dies. So until then,